And praise the Lord again, everybody. This is part 2 of my belated birthday gift. It's a reaction to the Schuyler Firebrick Red Schuyler Canterbury wide margin. And this is just a beautiful Bible. Goatskin covered Firebrick Red. Now, I noticed a lot of videos and pictures online and everything. It just shows a very bright red, but it's a brick red. In reality, I don't know yet how it's going to show up in my video, but it is a brick red, a darker brick red, and of course with the Jerusalem cross stamped in, goatskin, natural grain goatskin. It's accented in silver, art gilt edged in blue under silver, semi-yap, which I prefer better than what's called a generous yap or no yap at all, but still helps protect the pages. Dark blue, navy blue ribbons, lined in a very dark blue. It looks almost black, but it's a very dark blue. It's a goatskin leather cover. Perimeter stitched. Your silver lines here. Very soft, very supple. I haven't broken it in. I did go through and release the ribbons on this one before this video because I couldn't wait to feel the paper. It's a 38 GSM paper. The font is a 9.5 point Milo font, and it has the dedicatory to the reader and the translators. Yeah, the epistle dedicatory. Everything is wide margin. And look, it's soft and supple, just staying open right there on that. Not even in Genesis yet. The translators to the reader, which is good to have. It's good to read. And as you can see, the blue under silver. See if I can get it good in the light. I mean, it makes the blue kind of glow. And I like the contrast of the red with the blue. Blue is my favorite color, but the blue version is blue covered, blue line, blue ribbons, blue under gold. And I just like contrast. I almost got the black with lined in red, but since blue is my favorite, I went with this one. And I like how the red goes with the drop caps, the verse numbers, and the words of Christ in red. I just like the symmetry of that. Now we're over in Genesis here. You see the decorative drop caps. I think's beautiful. Doesn't distract me at all. And the verse numbers are in red. Chapters is in that red. Chapter numbers. Dual column for most of the Bible except for Psalms, which is single column center formatted. And the 9.5, I don't have the best of eyes, and I usually prefer a larger print, 11 or 12 point, or even more larger. But this 9.5, with the letter spacing, the word spacing, and the line spacing, it's very easy and comfortable for me to read, and I like it very much. And what I also like, I think Cambridge has a wide margin that does it, and I know R.L. Allen has a wide margin that does it. I really like how they have an inner wide margin in the gutters, because I really don't like how in most Bibles the words flow down into the gutter. So this puts the text in the middle of the page. So when you're opening it, that just makes it more ergonomically comfortable for me, that the words aren't just flowing down into the gutter. Plus, that gives me room, to make my comments and notes for this column of the text. But that blue just really pops in my eyes. I mean, it's just that's gorgeous. And that silver art, that silver gilding over the blue. Let's jump over here to Psalms. I can tell this Bible won't need much initial breaking in. It's just so soft and supple. Okay, here's an example in Psalms, how Psalms are single column, center formatted. Very beautiful. Oh, the references are at the bottom, which I prefer. I mean, I like that because, I very rarely use the references, whether they're center column or end of verse or at the bottom. I tend to use Treasury of Scriptural Knowledge, the TSK, and that just has a lot more references than this Bible or R.L. Allen or anything like that. I just tend to use that. But a lot of the Bibles I really kind of drool over tend to have references, so I get it. I mean, it's not. It doesn't kill the aesthetic for me. I just rarely use them. And the 38 GSM paper does feel slightly thicker than the 36 that you would normally feel. I got some Pigma Micron 005s for note taking. And I noticed on Church Bible Publisher Bible on one of the note pages in the back, I used it to do a little test on each of the 4 colors I have, and there's no bleed through and very little ghosting, so I know on this 38 it'll be perfect. Now, granted, it's not the 45 GSM of a R.L. Allen number 5 wide margin, but it's still good. It's still good. To be honest, like I said, my pastor might thump me in the head. He loves the R.L. Allen, and I do too. But I like this better. I like this better. It's a lot easier font for me, for my eyes. A lot more comfortable for my eyes. And there's the words of Christ in red. Come on, focus. Yeah, I probably don't have the best lighting. I moved my table and desk and put my computer and everything right here. I'm fixing to, Lord willing, start some various studies and start doing some more videos soon. Words of Christ all the way through Revelation. And you have the glossary of terms in the King James Bible. Always a nice handy thing to have. And concordance. Now, like I've heard others say, and I'll say the same thing, what they might have should have done here, instead of doing wide margin on this, because it is so very small, it would have been better to, instead of doing wide margin on this, just going ahead and putting it full page. But they went with this choice. That's fine. And then note paper in the back and everything. And your maps. Nice maps. And the back cover. Nice little pebbled grain there. Natural grain. Goat skin. But a very beautiful Bible. Very supple. I mean, look at that. Just almost fold it. Right there at the spine. I vacuumed my table off and it still has little specks of... I have a cat. Where a cat is, cat hair goes, you know. But anyway, I thank the Lord for these Bibles. And I hope to put them to a great deal of use. And anyway, well worth it. Beautiful Bible, works of art, great Word of God. Y'all have a great day in Jesus, and I'll see y'all soon, Lord willing.